Hello, Cancers. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. It's almost Friday, all right? My name is Patty. I am going to be doing your intuitive tarot today. I'm a little close. Let me push this back just a little bit. And what we're going to be doing here is something to help you through your day, also guide you in your path or your journey wherever you're headed and going, to help maybe bring in better intuition for you so that you can hear what the divine is trying to tell you in a message. Also maybe answer some phone calls. Answer some, oh, he's funny today. Answer some things that you need answered. All right. I will be doing a love relationship reading at the very end. But for those of you who don't watch me, I'm going to be pulling 3 oracles. One is Divine's Oracle. This is the message for you for the day. We're going to be doing also current energies for the 21st through this 27th. Okay. 21st through the 27th. And then future energies are going to be mostly planetary. I have to put that because the future energies we really can't go 100% on because of the way that you may make a decision or change or whatever. So I like to look at those through the astrology, and they're a lot like the divine's energies. They're very a lot like the divine's energies. So we're just going to do that, and those energies are going to run through July. I don't know what's going on up there, but these energies, not only I but the astrologers are saying these energies are probably going to go through July. So let's get started, and any announcements I have, I'll do those as I go through. But hopefully you enjoy this. If you do enjoy it, please make sure that you like it or share with your friends. This may not resonate with you 100%, but then somebody might pop into your mind saying, wow, this sounds like Sally Joe or whoever. Anyway, I'm crazy today. But share it with them. Maybe there's a message in here that they need for themselves. All right? All right, so here we go. So, Divine's card. This was a card for who yesterday, but it was in their current energies. So, this is the Spider Creative Projects and the number 6. Okay. 6 in your life is about your balance, creating peace and joy. And it's also about harmony. It's about improving yourself. This card here, though, yesterday, and I have a feeling he's going to say the same thing today, is that we don't want to focus in on so much the spider. That would be us, right? But we want to focus in on the web. The web is about the potential that we can do. So a lot of the times we're given potentials, but we limit ourselves. So with this energy, the divine is saying, you know what? I can build this spider web as small as I want or as big as I want, or I can do it limitless. So this is up to you. This is a potential. This is going to have to be your choice or your decision of what you want to do. Because again, this is about your improving and balancing yourself, bringing joy and love and higher vibrations, a higher self to you. So this is something that he'll probably open up in a reading, I bet. Because the next card, which is the current energies for the 21st through the 27th, is the Raven. And this is the bird, right? So the birds carry things, move things from place to place. But it's also about the synchronistic events. Some people call it coincidence. I will never call it coincidence because I believe there is a reason that things happen for a purpose. That's called destiny. And magic, I don't believe in magic. I believe in miracles. So, but you can say it either way you like. So as everybody's like saying, well, rewards, blessings, winnings, whatever it is, you use whatever works for you. All right. So that's the current energy. So again, that spider web is growing. Our potential is growing. Where is it growing to? We don't know. But as the Raven carries you through each synchronistic event, it will bring you to where your goal is supposed to be. Might be your purpose or your calling. So, or maybe you're going through something and you're trying to figure things out, or you're in a relationship and you're trying to get to each level of that relationship until marriage or whatever your goal is with that relationship. And relationships could be work, home, relationships with our family, our loved ones, could be an intimate relationship. It all just depends. All right. So our future energy is Lady of the Lake. She's one of my favorites. I don't know why. I guess because we used to have a cottage in Michigan, way up in upper Michigan near Mackinac Island, and it was called Lady of the Lake. And it was Lady of the Lake because previously priests had owned it. So anyway, it was a beautiful place, very peaceful and loving. I'm going to take a trip back there again just to see if it's still there. So anyway, so the Lady of the Lake is about absolute truth, courage, self-respect, and responsibility. Okay. So I think today's card was risk. I think it was risk today. But it is about taking responsibility. So here's the thing about potentials and everything. We have potential to do so many things, right? We have potential to, we can say, well, I would love to do this. I would love to do that. I would love to have a career in this. I'd love to have a career in that. And we have the potential to do all this, and we can't do it all. So that's why the divine steps in to figure out where you need to focus. So if you humanly, brainly say, oh, okay, well, I'm going to go into, I don't know, what career? Some career that's not really going to make you much money, but it is also not going to bring you success for your spirit and your heart. Then you got to sort of think, okay, is that really good for me? And sometimes our head thinks and we think, oh, yeah, it is. However, divine saying, no, no, I want you to go over here where your path is, where you have passion, where you have love, where you're going to help other people, where you're going to grow. So our head gets in our way of our funny. Our head gets in our way of what we're actually supposed to be doing because we really should be following our intuition of what we should be doing. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is going to be an interesting read, guys. So definitely really step back and say, you know, is your web growing or is it stuck? You know, you have to sort of imagine your life as the web, sort of like water. If you don't like spider webs, use the ripple effect in the water. You put a rock in or you drop a rock in and the ripple effect goes out. How far are you allowing that to go out? And are you paying attention to the raven's synchronistic events that are happening to make that grow even further? Because sometimes we don't see beyond a certain point and we limit ourselves. Okay. So definitely about that. And somebody is definitely not believing in themselves. And I'm seeing that with this reading already. Wow. Somebody started out really on a rough, rocky road. Definitely. And, you know, with this too, again, we have to be responsible. Oh, wow. Hang on a second. I'm being blown apart here. 6, 7. Yeah. Oh my goodness. We got a rough road. Somebody's been through a rough road. Definitely through a rough road. So you definitely are limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself because of not only what's happened in the past, but what you believe for the future. And that is because the core foundation is broken. So it makes you go up and down. I would say for this Cancer, probably high anxiety, depression, frustration because they just haven't had a chance. Sort of like when you need a win and you haven't sort of had that. You have had them, you're just seeing them in the wrong aspect. You're seeing them more on the low vibrational aspect rather than the high vibrational aspect. You feel like your life is always burdened. It's always having issues. It's like never stopping. It keeps going over and over and over again. It's like, I just need a break. I need a break. We need a break. That's all I hear is I need a break. However, again, and the reason why I'm saying this is we started out with the 7 of Swords, and then we went to the Ace of Swords, and then we went to the Queen of Swords. Now, the divine is definitely talking about something very, very serious here because it's all swords. So this is about what you're telling yourself is a bunch of lies and, you know, things that, oh, I can't do it. Oh, you find excuses that you can't do it. And that's why I said that web is really small and you're limiting that web from growing, because this is a past, the way of somebody, the way that they were not, that's funny. I don't like that word, brainwashed. It's way that you were trained. That's more nice. All right. So the way that you were trained as you went through life, and you just felt like everybody was against you, deceiving you. They weren't being honest with you, and maybe they weren't. Life is not fair. Trust me. When we're young and we don't know and we're trained incorrectly, we as adults then have to retrain our brain because somebody messed us up because their life was messed up and then that person's life was messed up. So now why not mess up our lives, right? So we have to retrain our brain. And this is something I'm going to be talking about in the future. I've been editing my picking up the pieces, the sexual abuse video. I've stopped it because I've been told to do it in 3 sections because of the density of the topic. So this is something that when you, like, for me, this, I had to retrain my brain from thinking this. This was sort of me back then. This is where I had to retrain my brain and talk in the absolute truth. Again, absolute truth, looking at all this events that actually happened to me. And then I had to really look at it and say, okay, I am limiting myself. I am saying that I am stupid, that I am ugly, I am fat, because somebody trained my brain that way, even though it wasn't true, and it stopped my creativity of who I was. So divine is definitely talking about who we are and expanding, and we have to get back to knowing the absolute truth. Truth is truth. That is earth, and that is lies. Okay, a lot of it is not true. I shouldn't say lies because somebody will come back at me, and that's fine. I don't care. But the thing is that truth is from earth changing. It never stays the same. Okay, sort of like when I'm teaching nutrition or something, and back 10, 15 years ago, they'll say, oh, don't eat the egg yolk. Don't eat the egg yolk because, it's bad for you, the cholesterol, blah, 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 blah. Well, then they come back and they say, eat the egg yolk. Well, if you don't put the yolk in an egg, you're not getting 100% protein. You're not getting what we call a complete protein. So when you take that out, you're not getting all the protein. So you got to eat a lot more egg whites because you're still not getting all the protein, but you're getting less cholesterol. But then later it's like, oh no, it's okay. So this is what I'm talking about. That's earth truth, which is very fluctuating. But when you're talking about absolute truth, that is a standard that never changes. That's divine. That is saying you don't treat people with disrespect. You love one another. You are compassionate to one another. You have high integrity. This is stuff that's just built in us, all right? But you have to take responsibility for that. So in the past, and what's happening now for somebody is that you have the opportunity to take that full responsibility and say, you know what? I'm not going to say that. I am a little broken, or my mindset is a little messed up because of the way that you were trained. Not your fault. It's not your fault. Not anybody's fault. Well, it is the people who trained you, but I mean, it's not your fault that it is the way that you think. But now you recognize it. Now you can actually look at the creative way to change it. Okay? Because what's been going on is you've been going in this cycle, and for whoever this is for, that you're anxious or you're depressed or you're frustrated. This is earth keeping you in this cycle. I used to be depressed for years. And why was I depressed? It was because of the circumstances on this earth that were creating the depression because my mindset was not in the right place. Somebody's mindset is going to start to get in the right place because you take that worldly thinking and you're going to take that off and you're going to now switch it to the divine. You're going to switch it to a spiritual realm. Second dimension, you can't see it, but you can trust it and have faith in it. That was another one reading somewhere this week, where you trust and have faith in it. Say, you know what? I do want to be positive. I do want a new way of thinking. I do want a new life. I want it because you know why? Because in the center, that's where it is. This is the 10 of Cups. Anything and everything that is love, peace, contentment, joy, everything. And that's where you're headed. I'm so excited. So somebody's paying attention at this moment to the awakenings in them excuse me, that they want to change. All right. Because in the center, you have the raven, which is the number 10. This is the synchronistic events that have led you up to this point. And this point from this day forward, you can change 180 if you want to do this. If you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. You know, but this is something that is ending, which would be the old thought process, old way, and a new way. And what I really like about it is that the number 6 and the 6 of Wands is about a victory. It's like you've done it, you've got there, you're making it. It's like people are noticing it. They're noticing a change in you, that kind of a thing. Okay. All right. So let's see what else we got going on here. But I do know that there's a burden. There's definitely a heavy burden. And when you actually go through a new process of thinking, of way of looking at more of the high vibrationals, one thing will happen. Your depression will start to dissipate because you'll becoming more calm. And things are not going to bother you as much because what matters on this earth really doesn't matter because you can't take it with you. That's the way to think of it. Can you take it with you? If you can take it with you, it matters. If you can't take it with you, then it really doesn't matter. Don't sweat the small stuff. Oh, my beautiful car, my beautiful home. Stand behind, guys. But your integrity, your love, your compassion, your caring, your truth, your absolute truth of who you are authentically, that is all going with you. And that is also portraying how you are going to treat other people also. Anyway, so let's see what else is going on here. Definitely. So somebody that did have a real rough past, and you know what? If you're young, it's time to change. I hate for you to wait until you're in your 50s or 40s like I was before things to change. Actually, I think it was, let's see, my abilities started very young, but I started sharing my abilities when I was in my probably mid to late 30s. All right. And so that began a different path. However, I didn't come completely out with my abilities and kick a lot of people to the curb. They didn't kick them to the curb. If they wanted to follow me, they can follow me. If they don't and don't like what I am and what I do, but I stopped being fake. I became the authentic me. Yeah. I became the authentic me. And so that's who I was built. And so I did lose a couple of friends because I was not being who I was. And they were liking who they thought I was. So does that make sense? Okay. So we have to take responsibility of who we are and how we act. So if you're one person, if you act one way with a group of people and then you act a different way at work, you act a different way at home, you act a different way with your friends, that is sort of a problem because now you're trying to be different people. Which one is the real you? Okay. So we've got the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody who doesn't want to do the work, somebody doesn't want to, maybe they just don't believe in it. Somebody is really limiting their ripple or their web. It's like the web is really trying to grow, but it's not. I don't know who that is for. Wow. But then you turn around and somebody, this is for somebody else. There's either somebody watching you or somebody actually is doing the opposite. Look at this. 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. This is, okay, thank you. 9 of Pentacles is almost to the end, which means they've almost reaped their rewards. Okay, so this, I believe, is 2 different energies. So the first one may resonate with you. Yeah, I don't want to do this. I don't want to work. That's usually people that log off about this time and say, this is not for me. That's okay. And the other one is like, wow, I want to work. I want to get it. I want to see my accomplishments because you have a lot of rewards. When it gets to the number 9, she's full of rewards. She's full of pentacles. She's got her hand on the pentacles. She's got a lot of harvest behind her. She's looking at nature. She's very well dressed. She's got a lot of rewards. And because, too, we also have the King of Pentacles in here. Things are happening for your career and your future. That web and that ripple effect is beginning to expand because your mindset is changing. For somebody, your mindset is changing. You're looking at things a little differently. I don't know who this is for, but when your mindset begins to change and this number 9 of Pentacles is coming up, you begin to release burden. The burden becomes released. And the reason why that becomes released, because your mindset changes and it begins to expand. And you be able to see new things, new opportunities, new growth. And then not only does that wear off on you, but it wears off on somebody else who is watching you. Okay, because there's people or even one person watching you. I have friends that stuck through me when I was not a very good person, and now they see me now, and it's like, you have changed tenfold. Your life is different. And then they come to me now for spiritual advice. I don't like to give advice. I like to get messages and share what divine tells me for their life. However, it's just tools that they can use and take or not, because I can only base things off of my experience in my life unless the divine gives me some messages or downloads. All right. So this is really something about your synchronistic events that are happening now. This is for that week of the 21st through the 27th. Sometimes for somebody, this is going to be just sort of like, yeah, I want to think in a new way. I want to start in a new way. I want to look at the absolute truth. I'm tired of this earth. I'm tired of things going up and down. I'm tired of being stressed out. I'm tired of being depressed. I'm tired of being anxious. I'm tired of being frustrated. I'm tired of being, ooh, who is this? Angry. Ooh, this is a new mindset change. I love this card. It's dead center. Dead center. This is what you want. You want everything that your heart is desiring. And you know what? The potential for that is there. You have to reach out and trust in the second dimension. Okay? Second dimension will allow that to happen. All right. A lot of pentacles today. So this is definitely a lot about your career, your future path in your career, or what you want. What is your absolute truth? What is it that you want really for your truth? What is it that you want for yourself? Definitely. This is about working hard. Oops. That goes there. That goes there. Working hard because you're trying to get your ducks in a row. I think somebody just now is starting to think about buying a home. Now it has to be in the road. Maybe it's a couple that is getting married or are married or are together. Buying a house together if you're not married, that's a little dangerous. But you know what? I'm not your mom. So, but there is some hard work here that is being put in a row. You're saving for something. Could be travel. We have the Four of Wands. Could be a celebration. It could be a wedding. It could be you're saving for a honeymoon. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I just keep hearing a couple right now. But there are some events happening to make this happen. Okay. For somebody's career, though, they're working hard, and you will have rewards at the very end when you do that. A lot of people, even, Cancers, you guys are moody. One day you can be happy. One day you can be up and down. And, my daughter's a Cancer, so I see it all the time. But the thing is, she always looks at the pessimistic side of everything rather than the optimistic side. For somebody here, it's got to switch to looking at more of the optimistic and of the good things rather than the bad thing. I hate to say good and bad, the more positive things rather than negative, because you have positive energy, negative energy, that kind of a thing. Positive frequency, negative frequency. It just works that way, yin and yang, however you want to put it. All right. But definitely this is about somebody's career. And if you really felt betrayed and you felt like, well, I didn't get that. I didn't get what everybody else got. All my friends are, they have money, they get it easy. They get it handed to them, and I'm always working, and I've always got to pull it together, and I do it all alone. And I do, you really have got a process of comparing. Somebody's comparing everything that they do. This is about your events, your synchronicity. It is about you creating your own web. and growing it. It is not about comparing. I don't see two spiders here. I don't see two webs here. This is about not comparing each other. And this is taking about responsibility for your own actions through absolute truth, not truth, but your own responsibility, and having the courage to move forward and break away chains. All right. All right. Let's see what else Divine has. All right. Divine, is there anything else with this reading? He says he wants to release the burden. I don't know who that's for. I just want to help release the burden. Because he sees it's very, very hard for someone, and he's just trying, he's waiting. He wants to release the burden. So I guess the only thing is you're going to have faith and walk towards him and trust him and ask him, help me. I don't understand. I don't know what I should be doing. Help me down here. Help me over here. He's all around. So I don't know why we always say up there, but it's just trained habit, I think. Pentacles again. Pentacles and swords. Pentacles and swords. 5 of Pentacles. Okay. Definitely fear. Definitely fear in all of this. Don't be afraid. If you're having fear to change or having fear to even try something new, get out of the box and try something new, something to better your life, don't fear. Embrace it. It's a little unstable. The number 5 is a little unstable because the 5 of Pentacles is because it's something new. It's something that we definitely are, it's like being a novice with something. We're new. We don't know how to do it. We don't know how to. If you don't start, you won't know. So you have to take an effort to try it, because with the 2 of Swords, it's going to bring something together. It's hard, really hard to bring something together when you can't make a decision. So this is the card to say, make your decision and move towards it. Now, make sure that you ask the divine, make it feel in my intuition, my gut, is this the way that I want to go? Because when you know in your gut if this is the way you should be going or not. And if you have no feeling at all, you start walking in the direction you think you're supposed to go. Think from your heart where you're supposed to go. Because when you start to do that, and divine will tell you, nope, don't do that. And so then he will redirect you to the other way. It's really a relationship. He will definitely show you. Definitely. This is about your synchronistic events. So you're going to take those steps, and then the divine's going to step in, because this is all about the process. And then we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. Where didn't we have the 3 of Cups? So it's just going to take time. Acknowledge that it's going to take time. The 3 of Cups is a celebration, but this is a time kind of a thing. This is time. But you got to make a decision. Whatever it is that you're going through, whatever you're asking the divine, or you're unsure of, or you're on the fence of, or you're, I don't know, you're watching tarot for some reason, so you're really trying to find an answer about something, make sure that it is what you want to do to expand your web, expand your ripples, expand, because that's limitless. See, if it's something that you're going to try to do and it feels you closed in, this is listening to your intuition. It's, some people use a fan. If it opens the fan all the way, then go. If you start thinking about something and you feel like that fan is closing, then you say, nope, that's not what I'm supposed to do, or I'm supposed to wait. So you can use ripples, you can use spider webs, you can use a fan. Is it opening up or is it closing? That kind of a thing. And then move forward and take responsibility while you do that. That's absolute truth. Just walk in absolute truth. Be yourself, authentic self. That is what we're trying to do. The offer is there for you, and you want to be able to do that. Because the sword is double-edged, so it could go the other way, but this is all your choice. All right, so let me do real quick, because we're running late again. Love and relationships. I can't make this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up. Oh my gosh. I don't know how he does it. I really don't. Okay, so if we're looking at love and relationships, right? So there's something coming up that has some potential. Something either is coming up or you're working on it right now. You got to really pay attention. Don't think about things. Actually listen to your heart about things, because this is the well watcher. The well watcher, what were we talking about here the whole time? About potential, right? So this is about wisdom and the power of the divine. Okay, wisdom and the power of divine. And number 7 is about your potential. So this is the card number 7, about your potential with this partner, with this person, or whatever the relationship is. There is definitely, so listen to the wisdom. Listen to somebody who's been there, done that. Listen to somebody who, if you're needing help in this relationship, you got to go where somebody's been there, done that for a long time, and they've been successful. That's the key word. Were they successful in their relationship? All right. So that is something that you really want to pay attention to with your partner or whoever you're going to. The power of the divine. What? Thank you. Okay, I will. The power of the divine is amazing. If you can keep the power of the divine at the center of a couple or a relationship or even your work, which is really hard, but this is more, I would say, of a relationship, then you will survive anything. What he was wanting me to do is talk about the 3-strand cord. So if you think of a cord or a rope and there's 3 strands twisted, okay? So, and if you had a 2-strand cord, okay? So you take the 2 strands, you pull them apart, and that's it. So you got one partner, and now they're separated, and you may never bring those back together. However, on a 3-stranded cord, you pull the 2 apart, you've got that 3rd cord holding it together, making it really, really hard to pull the cords apart. That's what the divine is talking about. The power of the divine, holding the foundation of absolute truth in the center, not earthly truth. Don't let your past hold you back. So for somebody who is working in this wisdom, somebody might be a little bit fearful, because we got fear here as the number 5. No, excuse me. We got the number 3 in reverse. And that we need to let our past go in order for this to flourish. Again, that's that 3rd cord that the divine is saying, trust in me, forget about what has happened. Yes, it's taught you lessons and you've learned from it, but it's now time to forget that, because I got a new thing in front of you, and we need to take that now and move forward. And we need to expand the web in love and in absolute truth with this couple. So you need to release the past. Do not compare. Okay? That is the power, and that is the wisdom of divine. All right. I hope this has been helpful. I know that some of you are brand new and you might be confused, but I do have a lot of videos on my playlist to help you with not only communication, but understanding love, the different levels of love, even your love languages, how to grow your spirituality, talking about being an empath and how it is to live as an empath, that kind of a thing. So please go and watch some of those or share them, or you can go on my website. If you want to make an appointment, I am taking bookings or sessions. I do coaching sessions, mostly spiritual coaching sessions, but I do life coaching as well. So that is on the website. You can go there. But don't forget, I am on vacation starting the 25th. Oh, big thing. So the 22nd, the Mercury retrograde is leaving. Yay! So communication will probably be a little bit better after that. But on the 24th, there's a full moon, and the full moon, I'm going to be doing the full moon reading on the 22nd. If you have not seen that thumbnail from YouTube already, make sure that you subscribe, hit the bell so that you know when I'm on for that full moon reading. It'll be the 22nd on 11. I usually do my full moon readings on the full moon, but I will be on an airplane that day. So bonus readings will be coming from Universal Studios in Florida and Disney World in Florida. So that will come between I'm not quite sure when. I'm not going to put a date on it. So if you subscribe and hit the bell, you'll know when I'm doing those bonus ones. They will be live. You can chat, you can ask questions and all that kind of stuff, because we'll be there from the 24th to July 4th. So there will be readings up until that time, through that time. So just so you know there. All right, you guys. I hope you guys have a great week. Focus in on that web, guys, and let that web expand. What are you doing to limit it? Grow that and let it grow. Let it be the authentic you. Stop being all these people that you don't even know. Your friends don't even know who you are because you're different from everything. All right. I don't know who that's for. All right. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Take care. Walk in absolute truth and love.